I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Good afternoon, hostages and hostagettes. Scooter Finks Fab-Shop. And it's that time again. It's another Think About It Thursday. So here in the shop, I haven't done one of these in a few weeks. I apologize. Things have been pretty busy with the holiday and hunting and, kid stuff and all that other good things. Just kind of got pushed on the wayside. I have had some requests from people saying that they were enjoying them, they were missing them, they were looking forward to it. So here we are with this one. Today's topic is be honest with your intentions. So that can mean all different types of things, like you're going into a relationship, when you're starting a project, day-to-day life, work ethic, things like that. So be honest with yourself with what you are going to do. So, like I said, today's topic is pretty simple, but it'll smack you right in the freaking forehead if you're not paying attention. Be honest with your intentions, not what you tell other people, not what sounds good on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook or the Tickamatalk or any of those things. I'm talking about the intentions you carry in your head, in your heart, in your mind when nobody's watching. So you can break this down in multiple different sections. And the first section that comes to mind is why you started versus why you keep going. Have you ever noticed that your intentions on, say, a project shift over time? Whether it's you had these great big huge dreams and then you get into it and you realize it's going to be more work than what you originally anticipated, or B, it's a financial budget issue, so you're going to do what you can get by with to make work, so on and so forth. So maybe you started a project to learn, and then halfway through it, your intentions become, just get this thing done, I'm tired of it, or this really isn't my cup of tea, and you abandon the project. And that's fine as long as you're honest with yourself about it. Don't pretend you're chasing perfection if you really just, want to drive the damn thing, basically. I see a lot of people that go into these cars and they think they got to be perfect show quality cars, and the body work's got to be perfect. The metal work's got to be perfect, and they ridicule you if you got a little bit of Bondo in it. They have to have perfect paint. And they got to have perfect running gear, and they got to have this certain combination. And they get all caught up in this and dumping all this money in it, and they never get the project done because they're never content. And then it ends up getting put on the back burner or abandoned, or life happens, so on and so forth. Like my uncle's a prime example. When I was growing up, he had this gorgeous, I think it was 68 Camaro he brought home from Oklahoma when he come back to Michigan. And the thing was a running, driving car. I mean, it was nice. I had nice paint, and it had nice interior, and it had a decent power plant. And, I mean, it ran and drove, and it moved, and it stopped. But instead of enjoying it, he's like, I want to make it this, and he tore it all apart. But, life happened, kids happened, divorce, all this stuff. And it just kept getting pushed on the back burner and I asked him one day, I was like, well, Uncle Eric, why don't you put this thing together and drive it? Well, because I want it this way. And I'm not going to do it unless it's this way. Well, long story short, it ended up, getting sold or given away. And he never ended up being able to enjoy the thing or do anything with it, right? So that's not a good thing. So don't pretend you're chasing perfection if you really just want to drive the damn thing, right? All right. So, and then, you know, you can go to section 2 where your work reveals what your intentions truly are. So in the fabrication world, your intentions show up in your metal, right? If you intended to take and rush it, your welds look rushed. They look like shit, look like garbage. Everybody makes fun of them, booger welds, whatever. It may be, you know, they could be a good structural weld. They could take and hold on. You know, all the metal could crack around them. But if they don't look pretty, a lot of times they're not going to be accepted by, you know, the quid pro quo type stuff. And certain groups of individuals. So take your time if you want to take your time. Rush if you want to rush, but don't kid yourself that, you know, that's the best quality you can do or not good enough, or whatever it may be. Just take it for what it is and what you had truly intended it to be. So if you intended to cut corners, corners get cut, right? So literally. So if you know, went into this thing going, yeah, I'm going to do a half-ass, you don't take the time to, you know, thoroughly plan things out, execute that plan, you know, do things the proper way, or the way that particular project may need longevity for. And a lot of times projects will suffer because of that. Or, you know, the big thing is people will, you know, cut corners because it saves a couple bucks. It ends up costing them in the long run, which are things that you got to be considered. So you intend to cut corners. If you intend to do it right, even if it takes longer. So, you know, a lot of guys, according to even myself, a lot of times, I mean, I will not do something or get something done because I don't have the means at that particular moment, or the time at that particular moment, to get it to where I want it to be, where I'm satisfied, and to where it's done properly, where I feel that, you know, it's a safety concern or whatever. So, you know, doing it right and taking extra time, you know, versus rushing through things to get it done quickly, you have a quality deal there. Now, I'm not saying you can't do stuff quickly and have a quality outcome, but, you know, there's going to be some sort of, what do I want to put that? Some sort of shortage somewhere. Quick isn't always quality. Quality isn't always quick. You know, expensive isn't always good. Cheap isn't always, you know, so on and so forth. Results, you know, speak for itself. Even if your intentions, you know, intention shows before the grinder or the welder even touches it. So, you know, metal prep work, all that other good stuff. If you're not talking about fabrication, you know, you're talking about a relationship, you could say, you know, the time you put into somebody, into a conversation or thoughtful things, you know, actions and things like that. Third section would be kind of like intentions versus excuses, I guess. Here's the truth nobody really wants to admit. Half of what we call problems are really just excuses covering up weak intentions. If your intentions was to get something done, you'd make time. If your intentions would be, you know, to get things running properly on that, you would just get it to happen. If your intention was to learn something new, you'd ask questions, right? You would find a way to get the information that you needed to do what you need to do. So don't dress up excuses as intentions. You know, you're only lying to yourself at that particular point. Be honest about what you really want. Be straightforward with yourself. Do what you want. Do you want a show car, car show finish on that paint job? Or do you want a driver? Are you content with a driver? Do you want a perfect weld or just something that holds and is going to be structurally sound? Do you want a YouTube channel that grows in my case, or you just want to record yourself look like an idiot for future generations to look back and laugh? Or did you make, or just want to make a couple videos for fun? Your intentions do not have to impress anybody. You just have to be honest with what you're doing and yourself. And then I guess you could say there's the last section. Actions and intentions must match. If your actions don't match your intentions, then you either need to fix one of them, either change what you're doing, or change what you're saying that you're intending to do. But don't keep pretending they line up when they don't, because that leads to procrastination and nothing's ever going to get done or fixed or anything along them lines. So that's your think about it Thursday. Be honest with your intentions, because the second you get real about what you want, how you work, and why you do things, everything gets easier. Now get out in that shop, stay creative, stay motivated, and like I always say, if you can't fix it, think it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Or Scooter's gonna get ya!